All right, guys. It is the day after. It's currently sitting Monday evening. The day after the season finale of Game of Thrones has aired. We have had time to sit and let it marinate. And I don't feel any better about it.
Nope, I feel about the same as when we talked
Yeah,
before the episode.
I feel like I was robbed almost, Like, man, I don't think it would have been as bad if it just wasn't rushed. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
there there was like 2 seasons worth of information that we were handed in 2 or 3 episodes. Like, I feel like the Battle of Winterfell could have been 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I definitely don't think we had any kind of
Closure.
ending and closure for at least 3/4 of the characters that are alive.
I'm just not happy with how they handled everything, to be honest. Like, we finally get to see Daenerys as like the Mad Queen, but it only lasts like an episode and a half. How dope would it have been to
It's
have a
not even.
full season of her
Yeah.
slowly going ape shit?
Yeah. It wasn't even an episode and a half. It was like, because she wasn't even. It was like
An
half an
episode and then
episode.
death. Yeah.
It's like half an episode worth.
There's just so many questions that we will never get the answer to. Like, I want to know why it was so rushed. I want to know who was behind it. Like, who was the one that was like, all right, we want to end it,
In
and we
six
will.
episodes.
Yeah, yeah. I almost felt disrespected. Like a fuck you to the
I just
fans.
I just feel like it was, like they made their money and they didn't have a set guideline on how to end it because there was no ending in the books, and they were like, "Hey, let's just kill it right here."
I, I'm. I mean, It just felt very rushed. It felt. I don't know. Like even the Night King, the Battle of Winterfell. Don't get me wrong. I love that episode. I thought it was dope. Um, but I don't know. It didn't have like that wow factor that I was hoping it would. Like I thought for sure going into it we were gonna lose a lot of fucking characters.
Yeah, yeah. This whole
It,
season would have been great.
and you have the scariest villain throughout the whole show, next to Cersei, the Night King, right? And he doesn't kill a single person. Well, I guess he killed Theon and that dragon, but he brought the dragon back to life. Like I would have loved for him to just fucking pulled out his sword and just went to
Yeah,
town on
man.
some
He should have
people.
like fucking, taken out. I mean, let's be honest. He'd taken out fucking Sansa, or I mean, shit, Brienne, like
Uh,
someone important.
it was like the episode was dope. I loved it, but like I don't know, man. It felt like for all the build up we had, it was over way too quick.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I
Like how
would.
dope would it have been if like while the horde is just attacking Winterfell, it like cuts to the Night King like arriving at King's Landing.
Yeah,
Like a total fucking plot twist.
yeah. There was so many. I feel like the problem is there was so many options. There's so many characters. There's so many storylines, and I mean that's their fault, really. I mean
Yeah.
they've had way too many characters with good stories, and I just wish that
I mean, that's not a
someone would
complaint.
have died. That's a
But
complaint.
but yeah. But if they would have had like 2 seasons to like dude, the Battle of Winterfell could have been 3 episodes. Like that would there was so much stuff they could have done there to
Hmm.
make it this epic thing instead of it just being over in one episode.
Yeah,
Especially being that the Night King doesn't do a goddamn thing.
It's like I don't know. They use the Night King to make Jon Snow's whole story of
Yeah,
like, ah, who cares about the war for the Iron Throne? Who cares
yeah.
about this? And like take your eye off of that whole thing. And but only to just turn it right around and go back to it in like one episode. It's over. They could have gone. They could have done a lot more with the Night King,
Uh,
especially with his story and Bran. Like I could have swore there would have been something with them connected. Like I mean, all those theories out there with Bran being the Night King, and like that would have been fucking
uh,
sweet or something.
it just felt like you had this massive villain, this giant enemy that was supposed to take over the entire world, was
Yeah.
going to end life as we know it, and in a matter of an hour
And I
was.
don't get me wrong, I love the way Arya that was badass. Like
Oh
it was
yeah, where
really
she
cool.
does
It
her
was just such a
move
knife
and
drop. But I mean, do that 2 episodes later after he has leveled half the continent. Not as soon as he gets to the first castle. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, the wall and all that, but that's like the first castle. That's the first stand that they made, and they win.
The
Like,
the moment where Jon Snow's fucking chasing his ass down
yeah,
outside of Winterfell, and you're
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's about to
There it
happen.
is. We're
It's
about to see
about,"
this
and then
epic
he
fight.
just and a whole horde just comes alive. You're like, "Come on!" It was fucking. It
There
was a
could have
dope
been better.
episode, but yeah, I agree. I just wanted more. I just wanted it to last longer, I guess,
Yeah. I also
and
was
I wanted the
disappointed.
Night King to have a bigger impact.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't kill anybody but Theon, and Theon just fucking threw himself at
Yeah.
him.
I mean, that wasn't even that was like just, hey, what's a cool way for him to die?
Yeah,
Like, so
I
they just gave it to the Night King. I was
in
also
my
disappointed with the fucking. I mean, because 2 episodes later, you're talking about fighting for the Iron Throne and all this shit. There was just so much more that could have played off into the. I mean, it wouldn't have to just been Danny burning the fucking city down. It could have been fucking a battle between all the dead and everything, and then after that was over, they could have fucking had a whole other goddamn battle.
see, I would have liked that better. I would have liked them for Cersei for them to be just getting their shit kicked in, and Cersei's like, "All right, we got." She like has a change of heart or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
and goes
I
and helps
honestly
them.
thought that was the way it was cinematically like, the end's coming. They're all just, barely swinging their swords at all these dead people. And I'm thinking, hey, someone's got to ride in and save us. But I mean, then it just goes calm. And it's like the Night King's like, I'm going to give y'all the opportunity to kill me real
Yeah,
quick. Like,
like
what?
he could have just took his sword out and killed Bran like
Right then
that.
and there.
But
I,
no,
I,
he had to do like this slow, just. And then a gust of wind came, and he knew it was Arya.
Another thing I was super upset with is Cersei's death. Like all that buildup of a fucking like, and both of them I feel
Both
that
of them.
way. But Cersei, I mean, day one, dude, she has been a fucking villain, hardcore major villain for the show since day one.
And
And
then
somebody should have killed her. Somebody should have gotten that glory, not a
in
fucking building
a
crumbling on them.
brick.
Yeah,
And then in
like
the last episode, Tyrion just picks up one or two bricks, and they're both laying there. Like that wouldn't
yeah.
have fucking killed you. Oh,
Oh, I was hoping like, oh, maybe one of them survives or whatever. That would have been better than them both dying by the fucking. I, in my
that
opinion, I thought
whole
Arya was gonna kill her. I thought that was like what was gonna happen. And another good fan theory with that was she was gonna kill Jamie and use his face and kill her as like the one she loves is who kills her. But then she rips off her face and like all that built up anger and I mean,
that
Cersei's
would have
been
been
on the
crazy.
list. Cersei's been on the list since
Mm-hmm.
day one. Like,
But I get why. Like, you couldn't have Arya kill the Night King and
No. I agree,
yeah.
but I almost would have rathered her kill Cersei. I really wish, there's, and this is both of those battles. There was no one-on-one epic, just clash between two titans. I mean, yeah, the Hound and the Mountain, but I mean, we all knew that was coming from
I
day
I
one.
thought
That
I
was
thought
coming.
that was kind of. I might be in the minority here. I did not enjoy that scene. I
No,
enjoyed
it
how
wasn't
he
as good.
died by fire. I thought that was fucking
Yeah,
epic. I
but that
thought
was
that's the
literally
way.
the last second.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought the Hound should have died by fire. But I didn't like the zombie aspect of the Mountain.
yeah,
Like, he got stabbed through the fucking face and didn't blink. I'm
yeah.
just like, okay.
He just like
Like,
pulls it out of his fucking face.
yeah, like,
I mean, I get that, but I also know that. I mean, like I said, that has been some. They almost fought in like season 2 or something. Remember when he
yeah.
like stops him from killing or going after the prince or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you knew this was coming to a head at some point, but it just wasn't epic for me.
It, it would have been more epic if the Mountain was more human-like. Like, the battle felt
Yeah.
like two humans rather than a human and just some fucking
Well,
emotionless zombie.
when he starts fighting him, and and he's like, you see, he's just a zombie. Right then and there, like
Yeah,
both of them are dying. Like, I
yeah.
mean, both of them dying. If he can't kill him, he's gonna kill himself killing him. I don't know. It's there's
I
just
thought
not
I
as
thought
much.
both the main the two biggest battles in Game of Thrones that they had to do right were both incredibly underwhelming.
Yeah,
Like, I enjoyed seeing Dany as like the fucking Mad Queen.
yeah,
Like, dope. You want to go in that direction? It's kind of been foreshadowed for like
yeah.
the past
Well, you
5 seasons
see,
before that.
you saw season 2, episode 10 or whatever, where she has this dream and she's in the keep at the throne,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just ashes, like fire and ashes just falling
Yeah,
down on her. Like, that foreshadowed it pretty well, but I don't know. One episode to do that? One?
that's what I mean. I need a whole season of Dany just fucking
Yeah.
the Mad Queen, just slowly losing her shit, taking down the Seven Kingdoms one by one, and then finally Jon Snow is like, enough. Just takes
Right.
his sword out or something, like something fucking epic, man. Not like she finally got Mad Queen, and you're like, okay, you can see the crazy in her eyes,
Yeah.
and then, oh, John, how great to.
We could do this together. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was screaming, "Fuck yes!" Like,
It was just
but
so, and then after he kills her, it just cuts ahead to like him already captured, been
yeah,
in the
yeah.
cell for a while, no idea where fucking the dragon took her, Drogon.
And then Brand's like at the very, very end. Brand's like, "Let me handle the dragon." Like, bitch, you
And
should have
I
been done
thought,
handling the
dude,
dragon.
I thought right then he was gonna like,
Yeah, like
no, he
what?
just. And then like Bran was saying that he didn't want to be king or anything
Bullshit.
a couple episodes ago, and then now he's like, "What do you think I'm here for?"
Yeah. Well, I know.
Bran
I
is the
knew.
least. He's the least interesting character in the
Yeah.
whole show.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a fuck about him.
Mm.
He should
It
have
was kind of
died.
that weird, like, oh, he needs a story, so let's just have him one. But at no point did I ever think that it was worth being the fucking king.
No, like I. So I just started watching Game of Thrones. Like 3 weeks ago, I binge watched all seasons in 2 weeks, and then I had to wait a week for the season finale. Right, so everything is super fresh on my mind, and Cyborg can contest to this, especially in the later seasons when he made it past the wall and everything, and that's when
Mm-hmm.
his storyline really started getting fucking weird. I was sending Cyborg texts telling him how much I was fucking annoyed with this stupid ass storyline of
Yeah.
Brands, and y'all have the nerve to make this fucker king? I hate it. It was so and I feel like Jon Snow got like dealt
Shafted.
such a shit
Shafted.
hand. Such a shit hand.
Well, he has more, and I know his character. Like his character has always been, I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to
King.
be royalty. I don't. I just want to, do good. And I get
Yeah.
that. That's great and all, but that's like the major characteristic of someone who needs to be leading. like, like, why wouldn't you have him on the throne?
Like I felt like all the characters, like Sansa, I felt like great, That
Yeah.
perfect. She stays in Winterfell, her childhood home, as
Right.
queen. The North is no longer a part of the now six kingdoms.
That kind of threw me for like, come on. We've been calling it Seven Kingdoms for how long? Now it's six.
Yeah, so the
Like,
North is finally set free. Cool, I'm down. But like, I felt like Jon Snow got shafted a little bit. I felt like it was weird that he showed up to the wall and his bud was there, the wildling,
yeah.
in no words.
Nothing. No, no, nothing. They just look at each other, and then that's it. That's that. There's nothing else.
And then like at the end, he goes beyond the wall, and he has like this weird moment where he looks back, and it almost gives an impression that he's like, I'm not coming back. I'm
Yeah.
just. There's too many fucking loose ends here. It was done entirely too quick. Literally, the one season that you had to answer the most questions, you picked to have the least amount of episodes.
Least amount of episodes, and don't get me started on how much silence. Like I get the cinematography. Like you're trying to make something epic.
Oh,
You're
I get
trying
it.
to. I get it. It's great cinematography, but you don't have enough time to be wasting like 30 minutes of silence per episode. Like you guys, you got to fucking put some more ending to stories in it.
Yeah, I didn't like. I felt like Arya setting out to. Saw people saying she set out to discover America. I felt like that ending.
Set out to
I
discover
felt like that
America.
was almost like trying to set up
Yeah, yeah, like a
um
sequel of some
yeah,
kind.
yeah, like a spin-off. Like I felt
Right.
like that was like too much.
Well, I also knew because like the foreshadowing in the beginning, like they've always been fighting to get back together. The
Yeah.
Starks have always, the whole fucking season, have always been trying to get back together to each other, back home or whatever it is. And then they just all four go separate ways. One's in King's Landing, one's in Winterfell, one's bumfucked beyond the wall, and the other just says, "I'm gonna sail somewhere." Like,
Yeah, I feel like this last season, especially everything after season 3, did nothing to improve the series.
yeah,
Like Grey Worm, like by the last episode you almost hate him.
yeah, yeah.
And he was one of
I
the
mean,
best characters.
there was just so much more with his story that could have happened too. Like, I honestly thought, like, I, I, I would have been happier with him killing Danny because he's been there since the beginning. She's always told him like, I'm the freer of slaves. I'm this great queen that looks out for the people, and I freed all these people. Like, and then she
Well,
goes
like
mad, and he's cool with it. He just goes mad too.
well, I get if they would have been like, look, man, I loved Miss Sunday. I've never felt that way about anybody. They
Right.
killed her
I
in
get that.
front of me, and he like slowly goes insane. But for
Right.
them not to mention anything, and he just turns into like this psycho villain, like just killing those.
Innocent guards and shit.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I thought him and Snow were about to go.
I
No.
know, dude. That's just one. I'll say it again. There should have been more of a one-on-one epic, like the Brienne and fucking Hound. Like that was such a fucking epic fight. Like
I agree.
where where was that the entire last season? Any
I will
character.
say I did like how they ended Jamie's. I
Yeah,
didn't like the
yeah,
bricks. I hated the bricks.
right. But the whole writing in the book
Yeah,
and
I
giving
like
him
filling the
his
page
yeah.
because
I
that's
did.
how like
I did.
I I I fucking thought that was dope. I did not think
that
I,
ink
I
dried.
don't get I don't get why Lady Brienne would stay at
Yeah,
at King's Landing when she swore an oath to protect Sansa or Arya. I felt like she should be with one of them instead of at the Capitol.
yeah,
That was fucking stupid to me. I felt like Tyrion had a like okay, he's hand of the king. You know, he's
yeah.
doing what he does
I
best.
did like that because he was so excited to be in the first seasons when his dad when the father says, "Hey, I gotta go handle this war.
Yeah,
You're gonna be hand of the king while I'm gone." And you could just see it in the character, like, "Oh shit, like this is
yeah.
just what I've always want. I want to be something important." So that was nice where it tied in there, but
But like Cersei, that whole episode, I felt like you had this huge build up for no reason.
I mean,
Like
she was literally just standing in a castle, just standing there,
it
nothing
wasn't even a
happening.
fight; it was a
Yeah,
slaughter.
yeah.
Like one dragon, and she leveled a whole city
Where the
basically
fuck did their
single
aim
handedly.
go? Like they just fucking
Right?
right through the second dragon twice, like in the neck and in the chest. And it's like we forgot how to shoot.
That whole Iron Fleet,
Yeah,
I,
gone. The entire fleet just
I
gone.
hated that from the start. It was kind of pointless to be honest. And then at the end, he's like, "Oh, I'm the one who killed Jamie Lannister." I'm like, "Okay, bro."
Yeah.
So I didn't get the point of making that
I'm not sure why his character was even there.
exist. Yeah,
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Um, I'm not sure why a lot of things happened in this last season, and I just want to know who to blame. I can't picture it was
Who the
HBO.
fuck is in charge?
Well, I can't picture HBO was like, look, guys, last season we need you to wrap things up, because they must have been making
Oh yeah, no, no.
bank.
I I don't even want to blame someone, but
Oh, I do.
I just think patience could have been better. You have already made us wait and wait and wait for these epic seasons. I mean, this is 10 plus years at this
It's like a
point,
slap in the face.
and then it's just nothing.
I almost wish I never watched season 8,
Just
or I
left it at 1 through
stopped
7.
after the Night King,
Yeah. Yeah.
because we were dealt a shit sandwich, and we all ate it in one bite, and now we are dealing with shit in our mouth, a shit
Hmm.
taste.
Shitty shit taste. I don't know. I think our only hope at this point is, and it will never be as good as 1 through 7. It'll never be. Not it doesn't matter prequel, sequel, doesn't matter what they come out with after. But at this point, I would rather wipe that from my memory and just read the books when he finishes it. Like that in my opinion, that would be better. Because I know for a fact he's at least it's going to take him a long time, so that means he's going to put some thought and effort into it.
I agree. I think the books. I fucking hate reading, so there's no chance I'm reading them. But I think the books for a lot of people are the only way we're gonna get closure.
Yeah.
From what I've read and the little bit I've looked up on it, the writer of the book said the ending's not all that different, but you're not gonna have
One
like
episode of it. Or,
yeah,
you know.
like that's the thing. Like Game of Thrones has been notorious for like taking its time, slowly building things up to anticipation, and then like this huge payoff with this epic moment. And then you have the two biggest battles in the show's history, and
Yeah.
they're gone. Well, one I don't even the when Danny turns into the fucking Mad Queen. That's not really even a battle. That was just a slaughter.
Yeah.
Um, why she didn't just go straight to Cersei, I don't fucking know.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
I don't get the point of the white horse that showed up to.
For Arya.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I just think that was like, hey, we got to get her out of there somehow. Ooh, a white horse would look cool.
and then
Like,
you never see it again. It
no, and
makes
in fact, did you see that? Like, Jon on Jon Snow's way to go see Dany. After Grey Worm, he walks past Grey Worm and he slits it, and then Grey Worm's at the top of the fucking stairs at the keep.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck, dude? Like, where the fuck did you get there so fast?
I
So,
like the scene with the dragon like nudging her like a dog. You know, they've been
yeah,
through so
yeah.
much.
I don't really like the whole I'm gonna pick her up and just disappear, or I would have at least hoped that Bran would have warged into the dragon and like killed it, or
I mean, that's what we were talking about. I thought an epic battle was going to take place. Thought a lot of people were about to get fucked, and I thought, Bran would like, ward into the dragon. None of that happened. I
I
would have
would have
liked to
been,
know where the dragon took fucking.
yeah. I would have been okay. I really would have been okay with Jon Snow being just eaten by the dragon. It would have made more sense to me.
Oh, I
Like,
thought he was about to get fucking burnt.
well, that whole Targaryen theory comes in. Like, would he have gotten
Yeah,
burnt? But still, like, I mean,
I
chop his
would have liked to
fucking
have
head
found
off,
out.
right?
Oh, how dope would that have been? The dragon's just sitting there burning him, and he's just like, "Listen, bitch."
It's like, look, dude, let me fucking long claw you. Ugh.
Like it.
I don't know. I think
I'm just so like disappointed, so torn. I feel like as fans, we were all kind of shafted a little bit.
yeah.
Because we deserved, especially for the fans that have been there since day one, or like Cyborg, where y'all waited season after season,
I
episode
waited
after episode.
every week. You had to wait, and then the year gaps, like so long in between some of the seasons, and
All
it's
that for
definitely
nothing.
disappointing. I definitely, like I said, I would go back and wipe 8 from my memory.
Oh, dude, I
Even
wish.
even the Battle of Winterfell, like it was dope. It was pretty fucking awesome, but I would have been okay with not seeing it because I just didn't care for the rest of it after that.
Yeah, I felt like season 8. I felt like started off really dope. I feel like the Battle of Winterfell, while it left a little to be desired, like okay, that's dope. I could
It
have
was
lived with
still,
it
yeah, it was
if
still a good
we
battle.
got the rest of the fucking season. Um, but we didn't. We got a one episode battle for Winterfell. We got the rest of the story playing out that should have took place over the course of at least a season.
Yeah.
Like if they would have been like, all right, we got 3 more seasons. I'm like, okay, I can see that. There's a ton of shit that still needs to happen. Like Cersei slowly, like losing the throne. Dany turning into like the Mad Queen, just saying fuck it. The whole town's getting burnt. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. And then her like going on this rampage, and then like kind of like, and then Jon Snow almost turns into like Jaime Lannister, where Jon has her trust, and then Jon's like, "You gotta go, bitch."
I mean, we only got 8 hours ish. Like I only got 8 hours out of season 8. Like how many fucking hours have I put in this goddamn show?
Yeah, we
And a good 3 to 4 of those hours were just pointless silence. I don't know. I feel
half
like
of that season.
the amount of and you could tell that HBO uh knew what was coming, obviously, with the reaction it was going to cause, because at the beginning of their episode they had like a minute and a half long previews of all their other shows on HBO,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
because I mean they're going to lose half their revenue. People are just going to be like, well, what the fuck am I going to do now? Like I'm pretty sure they could have done a lot more with that season. I don't know who made that call,
Oh
or who decided, hey, let's just 6
man,
episodes, knock
I
it
gotta
out.
think it's the fucking writers. I gotta think it's on the writers end. Like I
Yeah.
can't picture Game of Thrones being or HBO being like, look, you have 1 season, get it done. Being
Yeah.
that they were making fucking bank. And then I can't picture the actors,
No, no.
Because even, I mean, you watch the same video I watch. It's like this 3-minute video out there of all the actors kind of talking about season 8 before it released.
Yeah.
And all of them were like, it's so good.
Like,
Like,
guess
very,
you'll have to
like,
watch it, cause
um, the guy that plays Jon Snow, like,
Kit.
yeah, he said disappointing in one word.
Yeah,
And then
one
he
word
was
to
like, oh,
describe
I'm
it.
joking. Yeah, okay.
No,
No,
he
you
was
weren't,
not.
bitch. Like, it was not. All around, man, it was just fucking a disappointment. And it sucks that it had to end that way. Because you have, like.
There
I
was a
mean, I
lot
feel
of
like it's
opportunity.
still the greatest show of all time, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
And
I,
if you
I
haven't watched Game of Thrones, I still recommend you
yeah,
watch it.
yeah.
But
1 through 7, just absolutely fucking stellar.
and then season 8, I don't even want to claim it. It's like a redheaded
Yeah.
stepchild.
Yeah.
Just
I
keep it
mean,
in the
they know
basement.
they've seen what I mean. There's plenty of other examples in TV shows where you can ruin your entire fan base with a season ending like that, or like the last season. And they were like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do that."
I just. I remember when you told me, when you found out that it was only going to be 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And we were both like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
how? How are they going to end this shit in 6 episodes? And we found out very quickly.
Yeah. It's called rushed and bullshit storylines.
It was like they were like, let's see, we have 3 seasons worth of content left. Let's do a montage of it. That's why there was no talking. It was just a montage of the
Yeah.
next 3 seasons shoved into one episode. All around, very disappointing. Wasn't happy with how they ended it and everything
I
turned
will
out.
say they planned it good with like memes and shit. Cuz
Yeah,
the internet is full of them right now.
not in a good way though.
I mean, no, but I mean they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they're funny, but my heart is fucking destroyed.
Have you seen the one that says be careful who you make fun of that drinks titty milk?
Oh,
Because
the
Aaron,
yeah,
he's like all suave and old now, and like
yeah, that's pretty crazy. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? How long has it
although
been?
just weird, like just throw him in there like that. I mean, like again, another storyline that
Well, like you had the blacksmith. I can't remember.
Gentry.
Yeah, he has that. What was the point of him having King's blood?
Yeah, what was the point of him being Baratheon's son? I mean, there was literally no point if it was never they were never coming back to it.
No, I mean there were so many
I
things
mean,
that was like, what the fuck's the point? But okay, whatever. I guess we'll leave it at that.
yeah,
Um,
I'm sure there'll be more topics on it to come, and like I said, there's already a prequel ready to go with Children of the Forest. I know you didn't say you were too thrilled about it, but
well, I just
I would like to say that if they can keep up with the par of epic battle scenes and just epic cinematography, then it'll be worth it, because I don't have to buy into any new story. I kind of know where it's heading. But
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some dope storylines that they can go over in these prequels. But when has a prequel ever been good?
yeah,
Like they're hardly ever.
they're
Like the only one I could think of is Better Call Saul for fucking
yeah, for Breaking.
Breaking Bad. But
Yeah,
I
that was
don't even
actually
like.
decent. Yeah,
But I mean, but that's a completely different type of show, you know.
yeah,
Like I can't. I just can't picture this being. I don't know. We'll see how it is when it comes out. Right
yeah.
now, I'm not too happy about it, and I kind of just want to have one of the. I need Men in Black to come up and erase my memory
Yeah, something,
that season
something needs
eight
to come
even
out
exists.
and make me forget about this nightmare.
Yeah. Well, alright.
But
I'm done fucking thinking about Game of Thrones, talking
that's
about it.
it, man. We can cross that one off our list. It is officially over. I no longer have to wonder and worry. So move on to bigger and better.
Extreme, yeah, extremely disappointed. Y'all could have done better. Y'all fucked us.
Fuck
Hope
this.
you're happy, Game of Thrones. This is a Sitting Ducks
Game of Thrones.
podcast, Game of Thrones edition, and we're out.
Peace.
Take care, guys.